what is the guidance for me regarding my current situation, and I will be choosing charms for the 3 piles. So for pile 1, what charm wants to come out for pile 1? Okay, so pile 1 we have this charm of a wheel on a stone. Okay, let's take a charm for pile 2. What's the guidance for pile 2 in their current situation? Okay, so the charm that wants to come out for pile 2 was this crown in the bowl. And let's take a look at what charm wants to come out for pile 3. Okay, so we have, don't get scared, this is the charm of balanced masculine feminine. So this is the charm for pile 3. So feel free to meditate on the 3 piles and pick the pile that draws your attention the most, and you will find the timestamps for them in the description box below. Welcome pile 1. Those of you who chose this charm of the wheel on the stone, let's take a look at your energy using these Disney cards. So what is pile 1's current energy so that we can get guidance on that? Okay, let's take another card. What's pile 1's energy? Oh, that's too many cards. Okay, let's ask for what is pile 1's current energy. Okay, we got this card. The Queen, Snow White, and the Prince. Interesting. Okay. Now, let's go to the guidance cards and get some of those. These are some of the guidance messages that I have written down. So let's ask what's the guidance for pile 1. What's the guidance for pile 1? Let's get one more. Message for pile 1 in their current situation. Okay, so we will take this one. Okay. And one from another deck that I made. So it'll be the final guidance message. What message wants to come out for pile 1 in their current situation? What message wants to come out for pile 1? Okay. Interesting. So this is a very amazing message. So how you're currently feeling is I see this mermaid kind of isolated. So the queen is looking the other way, the prince is also looking her way and the other way, but the Snow White is not looking at anybody. She is all by herself, and she is basically this is representing you, that you have sort of come out of this limited perceptions about yourself, and isolated yourself from others' perceptions of you as well. So, as you can see, the queens here, they are looking away. They probably don't they don't yet see the value of Snow White. She's the real princess. And the prince also wants to come to her, but is stuck in his own fears and as is also sometimes looking away, but that is not discouraging Snow White from being herself, from acknowledging her self-worth, and just being happy by in herself, and understanding that others' perception about her are not her ultimate truths. And with this mermaid card, she's wearing a little crown on her head, and sort of the only friend she has at this moment are some starfish and this crab, his little crab, and the red crab sort of is sort of devilish, like the devil horns. So that reminds me of the devil horns, and she's been all alone by herself, working through her shadow aspects, her devil self. I mean, not the devil self, the shadow aspects, basically, all the things that we have, but we don't express. They represent the shadow aspects about ourselves. And though we think that if we can hide or distract ourselves from the shadow aspects about ourselves, we can escape it, but the truth is, the more we try to escape it, the more it shows up in our reality through some other means. To give an example, let's say you are not feeling good about yourself, but and so you're trying to distract yourself with more and more work, and you think that if you do more and more work and overexert and pressurize yourself, we will escape that feeling of low self-worth. But the truth is that that shadow aspect will be reflected in your work also. Like, people will not appreciate the work that you're presenting, or probably they will also try to pressurize you, and like sort of will be stuck in a loop sort of a situation. But you have been doing just the opposite, and you have been saying, okay, I am here. Show yourself shadow aspects. I am here to deal with it. I don't want to run from it anymore. I want to transcend these shadow aspects about myself by facing them head on, and by acknowledging the reality, and healing from it, and evolving from it, and transcending from it, to bring more peace and happiness into my reality, into everything that I do. And so the guidance message, which is actually a more of an affirmation in your case, because you have been doing all the right things, and this charm also represents being stuck in a cycle, because as this wheel is stuck in the rock. And here the guidance that you have from your angels and universe is that you have been extremely successful in putting your inner vision to work in your life, and so inner wisdom to work in your life. So this can be so whatever situation you are being presented to it, if in the past you reacted to it in a defensive and in a manner which was like took it personally, or perhaps in the past this within the same situation, now you're making a more empowered choice to not take it personally, to see the full picture and not get stuck in your fears and doubts. And you're using your inner wisdom to navigate through every little situation that comes your way. Everything that triggers you, you sort of, instead of reacting to it now, you're sort of observing it from a higher perspective, and trying to understand what this situation is teaching me, and how can I transcend this situation, which is so beautiful. So congratulations on doing that. And the other thing is, pay attention to songs as it will resonate. So this is a personal message for you from the universe, that if you love listening to songs, the lyrics might hold special meanings to you. And also something that I recently learned about is from this channel Super Moon Tarot. I love watching her readings, and in one of her recent readings she said that songs, they not only hold vibration verbal meanings through the words, but also vibrational meanings. They have a subconscious hidden meaning attached in the way the notes are played. So whatever songs you are being attracted towards, they are subconsciously trying to give you some message, or give you a healing message, or make you feel good. So that is a special message that is coming through for you. And finally, the last message is that I am a creator of my reality, no longer vibrating in victim consciousness. I have the power to manifest and attract using my intention, and I create a good intention through being myself, and being truly happy. Yes. So if in the past, like I said, if you were reacting in a way that was defensive, and by taking things personally, now you are no longer stuck in the victim consciousness, and you are realizing that you are the creator of your reality, and that every person in your reality is a reflection of you, of your subconscious mind, and is reflecting back to you some aspect about yourself, whether it is a shadow aspect or a light aspect. And by understanding and observing and facing the situation with the eyes of love and peace, you are able to navigate through it like a creator, like understanding how this is all adding up to evolve you, or to heal you, to expand your consciousness. And you now realize that if you were, let's say, in the past, giving power to negative thoughts and fears about yourself, your work, your body, your relationships, now you realize that by you not giving attention to those fearful thoughts and doubts, you are now attracting what you really want, what your soul desires, and you're no longer being held back by fears and doubts, and you are just focused on the optimism and creation part of it. And you understand that there are obstacles, but they are not to discourage you, but to help you grow stronger. And that is a change of perspective that you have been working towards and are doing a amazing, brilliant job towards. So good luck, and I wish you lots of love and light. And if you found this reading helpful, please leave a like, and I hope to see you guys later. Hello pile, to those of you who chose this beautiful charm of crown in the bowl, let's take a look at your reading. So I'm using these Disney postcards to get an idea of your current energy. So let's ask the cards, what is your current energy? What is pile two's current energy? Let's take one more card. What is pile two's current energy? Okay. And let's take some guidance messages from these cards that I made. What does the universe want you to know? Okay, and let's take a message, final message from this deck that I also made. What's the guidance for pile 3? I have a few messages. Okay, we'll take those. Okay. So let's start with what is your current energy. So obviously from these cards we can see that this is a card from Brave, where this is Merida and she is in the shadows. This card is also from Brave, and she also looks quite sad and low in this card, which is also black and white. So both these cards, along with this charm of the crown in the bowl, they are all suggesting that currently you may be feeling very low, and you might be feeling a little lost. Um, you might be feeling like you are constantly fighting. In both the cards, we have weapons. We have a sword here and we have a bow and arrow here. And you might be feeling like you're almost fighting with life every day, and every day is a struggle, and every day you get up, you pack up your weapons and go out to the battlefield to survive another day. So the guidance, and this can be a general feeling in regards to your work, your personal life. We are trying to address this feeling of darkness here, and that is being highlighted, that it is hard in this situation currently for you to see your power in the situation. You might be not fully aware that you have a lot of power in this situation, and because of the limited beliefs and patterns that we have acquired over our life, we sometimes don't understand and see how we sometimes give away the power in the situation. And so the universe here is guiding you that you are more powerful than you realize. You have a lot of power in this situation, even though you might be feeling like a victim here. But the truth is that what you need to embrace at this time is your unique self. Unique self of all people who are all the same, stand out from the crowd, romance, love, and affection. So this might be a romantic situation, because it is highlighted here that this might be a romantic partner that you are feeling low about. Perhaps you are not feeling loved and cared for like you would have liked. Probably you are feeling like not feeling confident about your personal self, as you might be very unique. Every one of us is very unique in our own ways. We have our own perspectives about life. We have our own gifts. We have our own qualities that distinguish us from everybody else. Yet we are all a whole, a complete whole. Like all the individuals, just no matter how unique and different they are, they form a part of this big cosmic self. And you are a beautiful carnation in that cosmic self, where you don't need to be like anybody else. You don't need to be as how other people look. You don't need to do the same things as other people do. You don't need to earn the same as other people do. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to compare yourself here. So the guidance for you here is, you might be feeling low because you have this dialogue. You might have this dialogue in your mind that every time you do something or think about yourself or see yourself in the mirror, you might instantly, your mind might go to somebody else to compare yourself with. And so the guidance that's coming for you here by the universe is that they love you. The universe loves you just the way you are, your unique, beautiful, divine self. You're not meant to be like anybody else. You're not meant to look like anybody else. You're not meant to do the same things as anybody else. You are a creator, and you are allowed this gift of creation by the universe itself. You are the universe, and you make your own reality. So if you think of yourself as the creator, what would you like to create for yourself, is the question that the universe wants to pose to you, and wants to tell you that if you know now that you are the creator, what would you like to create? Don't focus on would you like to create something that other people have already created, or would you like to create something for yourself that is unique and beautiful and true to yourself. So ask yourself that and tell yourself that you are the creator, that you are the most beautiful and you are the most intelligent being in this universe, and everybody else is a reflection of you. And so you don't need to compare yourself with anybody, and you just need to focus your attention on all the beautiful aspects about yourself, your beauty, your intelligence, your work, your creations. Focus on gratitude. That will help you come out of this dark place, because we are when we are in this dark place, we often get stuck in this victim energy and of in comparison, and that's what keeps us in this low place. When we realize that we are the universe, we are the ultimate, like we have access to creating our own reality, and that we are perfect just the way we are. We don't need to be like anybody else or do the same things. I feel I've repeated that several times, but it came out naturally. So yes, so it's time for you to stand in your power, to take back your power. You are giving your power away by thinking that you need to be like somebody else, or you are not good enough uh, for this crown that you have. And so you're giving it away to somebody else in the situation. And that's what the universe is saying, that um, that's not true. That's an illusion that you're in right now, and come out of it so that you can manifest your true desires. And here, this is coming out that your angels are suggesting you clarify your life goals. Perhaps you have become a little distracted from your main focus, and it is urging you to take stock and envision your long term plans to help manifest your dreams. So, as I said, you might be stuck because you're stuck in this comparison about yourself with others, and stuck in the identity of your individual self instead of embracing the divine self, which is the cosmic self, where everybody else is a part of you, is not separate from you, where you are the universe, you are the creator. And as soon as you realize that and soak that in, you will be aligning yourself to your true purpose. Right now, this card is suggesting that you may be stuck in activities, habits, and patterns where you try to follow others' examples, because you might think that what others are doing is good, or you might be doing things to please perhaps other people, like your family and your boss might expect you to do things a certain way to gain their love and appreciation. But this card is reminding you here that none of that matters. What matters is your how you feel about your work. Do you love what you do? Do you tell yourself that what you're doing is good enough? Or are you trying to do something to get other people's validation here? So, this card is suggesting that detach yourself from other people's opinions about you and your work and what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, and go inside and get in touch with your own truth through meditation or through journaling, and asking yourself questions to get to the core of the matter and situation, and understand uh, what you do in your current situation, does that fulfill you? And if not, then how do you envision yourself in your future? What would you like to be doing? When we ask ourselves those questions and have this visualize how our future we want to look like, we are giving energy to that future and helping that manifest. So this card is for you, is encouraging you to dream and ask yourself what you would want your perfect life to look like, and not get obsessed over that perfection that you currently think, because sometimes we think we want something, but the truth is that we need something else. And so leave that to the divine. But just like, stop focusing so much on your present reality, on what other people expect you to do, and what your fearful mind or ego might be telling you to do. Uh, right now is the time for you to be honest with yourself, to understand what your true essence is, where your truth lies, and forget about everything else. Forget about how it can happen, or will it happen or not, just leave all those questions out of the picture, leave that to the universe to decide and do. But it is your time for now to ask yourself, how do you see yourself, whom do you see yourself with? Does the person in your current life is the person you want to see your future with? Does he really fulfill you, or do you see yourself doing the same thing as you're doing currently, or do you see yourself doing something else? Is it a childhood hobby or activity that you abandoned because you wanted to focus on some other career? Do you want to see yourself doing that in your dream life? How does your dream life look like? When you start focusing on those, you start attracting those into your reality, and that's the guidance for you. And the message in alignment with that is that hold your vision and protect your energy. And so this card is telling you that once you have decided what your dream looks like, and it is very much possible that your dream looks like something which other people do not agree upon, which other people think that it's not worth your time, or it's something that will never happen. Don't let those fears and doubts affect your vision, and hold your vision, protect your vision, nurture it like your own child. When we are stubborn and believe in our own dreams, the universe brings it to us. And so this card is for you to dream, and to dream big, and to not hold back, and feel unlimited while you dream your dream life, because you deserve to live your dream life. And the universe is going to give you unconditional love and support as you try to align yourself to your ultimate truth and strive towards those dreams, regardless of how many blocks or resistance or how many people support you. Don't be scared to walk your path alone. The other message is that I don't struggle for power, work in harmony with others to create a stronger whole. Yes, so this might be a conflict of energy that you may be experiencing currently, either in your work or in your relationships, where sometimes when there is a conflict in a situation, either in our work or in a relationship, where we hold a thought, a belief, and the other person holds a very contradictory belief. And sometimes, because we think that we are right, we try to override the other person forcefully by exerting control, or by like emotional blackmail, or all of that. Those are all unhealthy ways of dealing with conflict, because a person who is a certain level of who has awareness and wisdom will not try to override the other person's belief, because they will understand that the truth is not one way or the other. The truth is whole, encompassing all contradictory beliefs to form a whole. And that's what this card is suggesting, that understand that what you believe in a situation to be true and the other person believes to be true in the situation can be contradictory yet true at the same time. And so as we expand our perspective on the situation, we become wiser and we bring more peace into the situation. That's the way of bringing peace into conflicting scenarios. And the final guidance for you is that situations in my life teach me how to love myself more. When in doubt, I surround myself with unconditional divine love and seek guidance. Yes. So the final message for you here is that do not feel alone, that do not feel that you are alone in this. The universe is supporting you, even though you might not feel it to be tangible yet. I want to add yet. I want to say that as you start to trust and have faith, and shift your focus towards more positive thoughts and beliefs, and love yourself, visualize yourself surrounded in this love from the universe, from the nature, from Mother Gaia, from the sun. As you learn to surround yourself with love more and more in every single situation, as you remain grounded in every single situation, you will start coming out of this darkness. And at that point, anytime it will happen that you get triggered by any situation, you will know that you are supported and loved by the universe if you're consciously thinking about this strong bond that you have with the universe, that you're always safe and protected and that you're always loved. When we have that strong trust, that is true, and trust me that it is. And as you um, become as you work through this more and more, the bond only strengthens and strengthens and strengthens. And so as you try to come out of this darkness, visualize, whenever you feel you're stuck in this darkness, just um, take a step back and surround yourself in unconditional love, and think and tell yourself that I am safe and I am loved. Okay. Okay, so that was a long message, but I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, please leave a like, and wish you lots of love and light. See you later. Welcome, pile 3. Those of you who chose this charm of balanced, divine, masculine, and feminine, let's take a look at your guidance. So first, I will be using these Disney postcards to get a sense of your current energy. So let's ask the cards, what is pile 3? What is pile 3's current energy and guidance for them? What's pile 3's current energy like? Okay. Now let's take a look at the guidance messages for pile 3. Take one more. What message wants to come out for pile 3? Okay. So we have crab and turtle. And let's take a final message from this deck. What message wants to come out for pile 3? Okay. So pile 3, the message for you here is this looks like a relationship you have with somebody. It can either be your child, it can be your partner, or any close relationship that you have that you feel is very significant for you because you want to be really close to them. And this card is suggesting that you are this girl and the other person is this big bear, and you would love for them to be a human instead of a bear. And so you have these, how she's looking at the bear. She's like, seriously? You did that? You disrespected me? You don't do that? Or, something on those lines. How she's looking at, like, she has some expectations of the bear. Like, she's expecting the bear to behave in a more civilized way. And she's like, You have me. Um, are you sure you want to be like, do you see how you're being the bear in the situation? I'm this beautiful, dainty princess, and you're being the bear here. So, this is your current situation, is what is coming through in these cards, that you have expectations from somebody in your life and they are not meeting your expectations, and you are feeling either a little hurt by it, or you're taking it personally, that and you're basically not fulfilled or feeling happy about it. You would very much like this person to change, because you would like to have something more. You do, and you deserve something better, and of course, you have it is good that you expect this. But the truth is, that is coming through here, is that firstly, um, this person is a bear. Um, in their current scenario, like, a good analogy would be to expect a first grade student to know like surgery. You cannot expect a bear to do the household work, cleaning, cooking. He is out in the wild killing and hunting fish and animals. So it's that. It's having too fixed of a vision about something, uh, is to like, this is the truth and this is how you would like to see it, and you are not happy because the truth, the reality, the current situation doesn't match what your brain or ego wants it to be. So the first thing is to acknowledge the truth. The other thing is that this bear actually represents your subconscious mind. It is important in these situations to remember that everybody else in our reality is just a reflection. It's just a reflection. They are a reflection of our shadow aspects, of our subconscious mind. They are nothing, nothing, nothing but a reflection. So, if we are expecting our reflection to change, we need to do the inner work. We need to do the balancing out. By that I mean, for example, if two people are in a relationship and one is overly expressive about I love you and I'll do this for you, and they both have good intentions, but the truth is, if one is too overly focused on the other person by saying I love you and I love you this much and I love this about you and I love that about you, the other person, if this is one extreme, then the other extreme is going to be a passive trait of the same thing. It's going to be like they're not going to say anything at all. They're going to be stuck in their own silence, and no matter how much you like try to shove something out of that person, they are not going to say anything. And that means that the two people are working in extremes. Another situation would be where one person is very aggressively demanding and very like assertive and demanding and only does things their way, and the other person is going to have expressed the passive trait of the other extreme, which is always being subservient to the other person, always going by what the other person tells them to do, and just like not speaking up at all again. So these everything in the life everything in life, every situation, every aspect has a polarity to it, and it's often that the extremes are imbalanced in the two people in the situation that this scenario happens. So if one person is being too needy and dependent, the other person is going to be that much detached and try to run away, and that's what we call the runner chaser dynamic. So if you want the chaser, if you want the runner to not run away, what you need to do on your part is not to chase, okay, to attract the person by not chasing the person. And by understanding that what is meant to find you will find you, what you are desiring is also desiring you back. And when we understand this, we stop chasing, we let go of the fear that we cannot have that. We trust that we deserve that and we will have that, and we allow that to come to us halfway. Like meeting the extremes halfway is the ultimate goal that we are trying to achieve in any dynamic, in any relationship. And so this may be playing out in your situation as well. So as you might be expecting too much of this person who is currently a bear, okay, and you cannot tell them to go clean the house if they are a bear, right? So you have to understand and see the truth for what it is now. And that's what the guidance for you here is, to slow down and let things happen in their own pace. Don't focus on missed opportunities. Focus on what you want to be and what you can do to get there. Exactly. So instead of focusing on that is not good and this is not happening, focus on what is it that is blocking you from getting there and what you ultimately want to get at. How can you get there within yourself first? Because we cannot force things externally. If we want our external reality to change, we have to tune ourselves internally by understanding what extreme pattern are we exhibiting, and then balancing out by giving that aspect to ourselves. For example, here, this crab card came out for you, and I don't want you to feel judged or disrespected. But I will just read out what it says. Being clingy, annoying, dependent on someone. They are not good at handling stress and like to hide to keep themselves out of the world. Okay, so the truth is that you might be having expectations of this other person in your life, and you might either, if let's take the example, if you want the other person, if you're doing things for the other person, let's say you cooked a good meal for them and now you're expecting them to do the same for you. Now that needs to be addressed, because if you want like, you cannot expect somebody else to do that for you all the time, you know. And it's okay to expect these kind acts um, towards yourself, but you also need to give that to yourself. If you're cooking something for the other person so that they can do that back to you, you also need to do that for yourself. Like, you also need to celebrate your own self by cooking meals for your own self. Like, just celebrating yourself and just loving yourself completely, and not expecting somebody else to do that for you, is what is coming through. And don't be dependent on somebody else to make you happy, because the truth is that only we can do that for ourselves. Only we can make ourselves happy. The other person in the relationship generally reflects the shadow aspects of ourselves, and yes, they will do it once in a while, but the responsibility for you to be happy is yours, not anybody else, not your partners, not your fathers, not your sisters, not your mothers. It is your responsibility to keep yourself happy and not expect too much from other people to do that for you. Yes, they will do that. A healthy, balanced relationship, both people will be equally nurturing towards each other and their relationship, but it will not be to the point of expecting them to do it, sort of, you know. It will be very natural, and it will be a welcome thing, not an expected thing, you know. Whatever gestures they will show will not be because you are expecting them to. It will be because you are already so happy in yourself and celebrating yourself, and they did that, and it would be like a pleasant surprise, not a thing that you were anticipating or expecting, you know. Wow. So that is very helpful for me as well, this message. I also get stuck in this energy sometimes, so this was very helpful. But anyway, and yes, the final message that is here for you is that I'm respectful of others. Yes, so if somebody else is not at your level yet, we need to respect that, we need to honor that, and we need to give them the space and time to for them to come to that level, to be their best self, while we are working on ourselves to be our best self, and not disrespect them because they are not a human yet. They are a bear. They are bear. We are all evolving, and we cannot be disrespectful to a monkey because they are a monkey and we are a human. We all have our own pace of evolving, and we all have a special place in the universe, and everything happens in its own time, in its own way, and everything is already perfect. It's happening perfectly. So we have to be respectful to ourselves, to others, and not like blame them for not being at our level, sort of. They will come to the same level when it is time for that to happen. And also the other thing is that if you do not want to feel disrespected yourself, you also need to respect others, because if we are disrespecting others, that is going to come like reflected back to us. And so if in any situation that you are not agreeing, or something is not happening the way you want, and if you react in a disrespectful way towards other people, then the same will happen back. So if that is a cycle that you are wanting to change, be more conscious of the times when you tend to disrespect others. And I know how much ever you might feel in the moment that they are not right, we must still be humble enough to acknowledge that we don't always see the full picture. There's always two sides to a situation, and they must be feeling the same thing, that they must be feeling that they are equally right in the situation, just as you are feeling that you are right and they are wrong. And so the truth is that we must encompass both contradictory polarity that we are facing in a situation, and treat it with respect for the other person, not react, not be disrespectful, not um, like be passive aggressive or anything. Just being respectful, being acknowledging that there's an other side to it that we don't understand. For example, I was going through this very beautiful meditation today, where how the feminine energies, we blame the masculine energies for centuries, that we we have been suppressed and we don't get freedom of expression and independence, and we think that we are the ones who are suffering. But the truth is that the masculine has also been suffering in a very different way. And we both and the masculine, the way masculine has been suffering is by, like, they are suffering because they have become so detached from their true essence. Like, they had to wear this shield on themselves to protect us and to get our needs met, that they had to detach themselves from their inner child emotionally, because they thought that is what made them strong. And so they have suffered, that they are not able to open up their emotional side to the feminine, and the feminine has suffered in her own way, the masculine has suffered in their own way. This is something that was sort of mind blowing to me when I heard it, and that made me feel so much at ease within myself, because I was able to understand both the aspects, and that it's not that only one is suffering, the other is equally suffering, but in a very different way. And the goal is to soften the edges between the two, and meeting midway in the two polarities, and acknowledging that neither one is right or wrong, neither one is intentionally trying to hurt the other. We need to find the love within ourselves, we need to find the wisdom within ourselves to um, be happy and peaceful, and then things in the external will align themselves automatically, just like this charm. So that was your reading. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please leave a like, and wish you lots of love and light.